entire Panasonic team is here at the Henry's Church Street location today. We're very pleased to present our 4K Roadshow. Panasonic is very excited to announce the launch of our new HCX1000 video camera. This is the world's first 4K video camera available to record in 60p onto SD cards. We see a crossover for this camera between the pro and the consumer worlds because it has features for both. So it's very lightweight and compact. It also has a lot of features on it that pro people will use. First off, it has 2 SD card slots. So the camera will actually ship with 2 64 gig SD cards included, and as you can see, they just slide here into the slot. This has a feature called background recording, so you can actually record your background scenes on one SD card while you do clips on the other SD card, so that way you don't miss a shot. Or you can record one SD card till it's full and it will automatically switch to the other SD card, and you can dump the first one onto an external hard drive and keep filming. Some other pro features on this camera that videographers will love: the triple manual rings on the front. You can adjust your zoom, your iris, and your focus using the rings here. It's also got a 20 times optical zoom Leica lens. Now, most still photographers know Leica is a great lens brand, and that means quality, so you're gonna get that Leica sharpness in your lens. The LCD screen flips out very easily and stores to make it more compact. The eye cup tilts up so you can get different angles. It has 2 XLR inputs, one here and one at the back for your audio inputs. And it also has built-in neutral density filter that you can adjust here, as well as very easy controls that you can access. We see a market for this in a lot of different areas. First and foremost would be wedding or sports photographers and videographers because of the size and lightweight compactness of this camera. Also, the indie filmmakers and broadcast users will love it. It has a lot of versatile features, and being able to shoot 4K and 60p means they're gonna have that great resolution available to them. The HCX1000 shoots in various codecs and frame rates. For instance, in Cinema 4K, you can get 24p at 100 megabits per second, whereas in regular 4K, you can shoot up to 60p at 150 megabits per second. Similar to some of our other products, it also shoots up to 200 megabits per second in all intra, which makes it very easy for editing, and you have less compression. We believe that all the features on this, combined with the small size and compact portability of this, makes it a great camera whether you're a professional or amateur just trying to shoot some video.
At first glance, the DVX200 struck me as not being large. As an all-in-one camera with 13 times zoom lens, microphone, and battery, my first impression was that it's able to cover an extremely wide range. I think it has a very user-friendly design. All necessary buttons are positioned right where the fingers naturally fall, making it extremely easy to use. Checking dailies every day at the hotel using DaVinci Resolve, I was surprised with the gradation. Spot on. And as I expected, its log capability is excellent. At first, due to its high compression, I didn't expect the gradation to fare so well even with log. But there was no need for concern. Even with such compact files and H.264 compression, I got results that rivaled raw images with its Vlog-L. We've seen a DSLR shooting boom for the last few years. I think there are a lot of reasons for this, but more than anything, I think it's because the DSLR makes it easy to get the bokeh effects that simply weren't possible with a video camera until now. On the flip side though, focusing has become more difficult. Since the DVX200 has a 4/3 sensor, it lets you capture extremely good bokeh effects. People who use a DSLR camera because they want great bokeh images will feel no resistance in switching to the DVX200. Image shots demand a high-speed effect, which is essential these days. And the DVX200 makes it so easy to shoot in high speed with 120 frames per second. On top of that, while other models have limits on recording time for high-speed shooting, there's no limit with the DVX200. And all you have to do is switch to 120 frames per second. Drones have a powerful advantage because they help us to capture shots that aren't possible with an ordinary manned helicopter. But true aerial photography gives the camera operator direct control of the camera, and zooming is also flexible. The DVX200 has highly effective image stabilizers, but I was still a little worried about handheld shooting for aerial shots of a comparatively small subject like a motorcycle. So I tested a gyro stabilizer on the bottom of the camera, but tests showed that it wasn't necessary. For the actual shooting, I didn't use any external gyro stabilizer at all, and held the camera by hand all the time, since the level of handheld shooting was all I needed. I think it depends on your budget, but from the viewpoint of a lens-integrated camera that doesn't need extra accessories on the body, the DVX200 offers extremely great cost-effectiveness. That said, the image quality is truly great. The DVX200 is capable of producing the image quality demanded today with 4K.
Panasonic.
It's always exciting to get a new camera in your hands, and having shot with a 1DC for the last 4 years, I was very excited when Canon asked me to road test the video capabilities of the 1DX Mark II.
So when I was thinking about an extreme environment for a bit of a test run, we thought it doesn't get much more extreme than this. We're in middle of winter off Senja Island in Norway, in the Northeast Atlantic Ocean. It's dark water, incredibly cold. It's a pretty harsh environment, and let's see how the camera goes.
One aspect I've always loved about the Canon 1 series cameras is that they are rugged workhorses. Here in Norway, the air temperatures have been down to -20 and the water a chilly 2 degrees. The vision may not look it, but it's incredibly dark here in the freezing water. These are the most gloomy conditions I've experienced, with no direct sunlight hitting the water. Being able to shoot at much higher ISOs with clean results has made filming possible. It's great to see recording capabilities of 50 and 60 frames per second while shooting 4K, with the addition of up to 120 frames in full HD. There are many times which I want the resolution of 4K combined with the aesthetic of slow motion, and this camera wraps them together beautifully. But for me, the live view autofocus with tracking is the most exciting new feature about this camera. One of the big challenges with shooting video on DSLRs is hitting sharp focus manually, and this intelligent tracking system actually enables the camera to do the focus pulling for you. I'm a lover of glide cam, and until now it was impossible for me to move towards a subject and have the focus track in. It's the new dual pixel CMOS sensor that allows this focus technology to function. I've found it incredibly responsive even in low light conditions. I'm just looking through some of the images that we've just shot here, and it's really exciting. This is what I've always wanted. I've always dreamed to have this sort of feature. It's just going to open up all sorts of possibilities. To have this sort of performance with low light and high frame rate, it's very, very impressive.
If you want a camera for video, there probably is some